What's up, guys? I hope you're all well. I made this sauce for my I made this sauce for my food, but I put a bit too much soy sauce in. Like, I know it doesn't seem like it's a thing, like too much soy sauce. What? Yeah, it's a thing. It's really salty. Title of your sex tape. So this is like an eat with me type of video. Look at that, falling apart, just like me. This sushi represents my mental state right now. I'm doing a sort of eat with me type situation, and my cucumber's stuck in there. Hello. I don't know if people like these, but I like to eat and I need to film today. Here we are. I'm going to be talking a little bit about being single. I think it's a great thing. Personally, I think you should break up with your boyfriend. Cheers. I think it's the best time to be single right now. I also think that a lot of people are breaking up because of COVID. I think COVID has kind of made people realize that, oh, you know what? Maybe I don't like you. Because you're being forced to spend so much time with people and you kind of realizing like, oh, I don't actually like you as a person. Okay, sick. It's unfortunate. I'm not saying I want people to break up, but I'm just saying you should break up with your boyfriend, probably. No. I realize now why I've never done eat with me videos before. I've always wanted to, but I can't like focus on anything other than the food I'm eating while I'm eating. Like literally, this is the love of my life. I actually think there's a lot of benefits to being single. Do you know what I mean? The obvious ones, like you can't fight with a boyfriend if you don't have one. Someone can't make you insecure if they're not there. For me, the biggest one is saving money. Hello, all your money is your own. Do you know how much money you spend in a relationship? You can take all that money and spend it on books. Also, you don't have to check in with anyone other than your mother and your father and your sister. If you have a very protective family, as I do, then yeah, you've already got a lot of people that you need to check in with. But that's just one less person that you need to check in with. You want to go out drinking? You can do that. You want to go out partying? You want to stay at a bookstore all day? You can do that. There's no one that you have to like check up and be like, is this okay? Are you okay that I'm doing this? You have no responsibility to other people and their feelings. You literally are responsible for your own, which is amazing. Also, you don't have to do anything that you don't feel like doing. You know when you're in a relationship and it's like, oh, what should we do today? And then it's like, oh, well, I want to do this. And then you're like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. And then sometimes you settle for what they want to do because obviously relationships are about compromise. Well, if you're not in a relationship, you can literally just 24/7 do whatever you want to do. Maybe I just have like a problem checking in with people. I definitely do. The point is that you could be selfish. Especially in your 20s, I feel like this is the time for you to be selfish. And sometimes you can't be selfish in a relationship because you have to consider the other person. So I'm not saying if you're in a relationship, like, you should just be selfish. No, I'm saying when you're single, you can be selfish. You know, it's like you're naturally selfish because all you have to think about is yourself. Another plus, you can travel. And you can travel anywhere you want. You don't have to be like, do you want to go here? Well, yes, self. I do want to go to Rome. Since I became single, it's all been uphill, to be honest. There's only been benefits. I haven't yet been plagued by any of the trifes of single life. I feel like since I've been single, it's just been uphill. I'm still waiting for the loneliness. It hasn't hit. Maybe I just like being alone, but I haven't felt that lonely. I need someone else for comfort thing yet. Is that coming? Is there a time limit? Because it's almost been a year. And I'm still good. Did you know that studies show that single people are healthier than married people? Purely based on the fact that single people have been shown to work out more, eat better, generally lead like healthier lifestyles. Part of that is because they have someone to impress. Like they're still looking for that person, whereas when you're married, you're like, got it, which I think is a very bad mentality to have. Nevertheless, it's a mentality you have when you're in a marriage or a relationship, like a committed relationship or whatever. So single people have been shown to be healthier because they kind of feel like they need to be healthier. Being single is good for your health. I feel like you should take care of yourself regardless, but I don't make the rules. Science says you should be single. You can learn more about yourself too when you're single, because you're not focusing on someone else's needs all the time. Do you know how much time you spend in a relationship checking on another person, cooking for another person? I'm just talking from personal experience. The amount of time that you spend focused on someone else and what they need. It's time for you to like grow as a person, you know, or just be the same douche you were 5 years ago. Whichever one you want. I mean, if you want to be a douche, then totally cool. It's your choice is the point. I don't think you should. But the point is you're single and you can figure it out. Also, this is just like preference based, I think. Some people would want to do this and some people wouldn't. If you're single, if this interests you, this might be a time to experiment with ladyscaping. I might have dabbled in it, but I've realized that the simple Mr. Whiskers is the way for me. If you know who Mr. Whiskers is, it's Rachel's cat in Friends. I will let you do with that information what you will. If you come to the right conclusion, congratulations. If not, I don't know how to help you any further. We all have our preferences, but it doesn't mean that it's not time, maybe if you're single, for you to experiment with that. Sure, you can experiment with ladyscaping when you're in a relationship. This is true. But I feel like when you're single, there's like less pressure on it. You know what I mean? Because the truth is that when you are in a relationship and you're ladyscaping, a part of you is like, what if they don't like this? What if this looks horrible? Do you know what I did in my experiment with ladyscaping? I gave myself a Hitler vag. That is a thing, and no offense intended here, but I did it, and it was by mistake. I didn't want a Hitler vag, but it happened. So what happened was, newly single Kaz, I was like, okay, well, what are we gonna do about it? So I was like, well, let's scape this lady. I was like, okay, landing strip, simple, you know, classic, oldie but a goodie type vibes. So I tried to give myself a landing strip, and then I was like, okay, well, I looked at it from above, obviously, and I was like, okay, this landing strip looks a bit, you know, the runway doesn't need to be that long. So I was like, okay, well, let's just shorten the runway because the aircraft, you know, doesn't need that much space to land. Keep in mind, I was looking at it from above. This is like a pivotal thing to remember during the story, is I was looking at it from above. I could have got a mirror and looked at it straight on, but no, apparently I have no common sense, so I didn't do that. And so I was looking at it from above, and I was like, oh, it's still a little bit long. So I just shortened it a little bit more. Long story short, I shortened it too much. And by the time I looked down at it, I was like, yeah, that looks like it would be okay. Then I finally got the smart idea to look at it straight on in a mirror, and what did I see? It was a Hitler badge. I had a Hitler badge. It was like a square. Not a rectangle, which is what it's supposed to be. I had a square, and I will never recover. I will never look at myself the same again. So do with that information what you will. Be careful when badgescaping, because there can be consequences if you're not careful. Pro tip, keep a mirror handy. That was a bad day. My point is that you should at least try ladyscaping. You could hate it. You could land up with a Hitler badge. If you do, please let me know so I know that I'm not the only one in the world that's had a Hitler badge. She is still holding a grudge, and I don't even blame her. We can't look at each other in the eyes anymore. But definitely try it. The point is, when you're single, now is the time to experiment with ladyscaping. You can also wake up and realize that maybe this has got out of hand, and maybe you look like Steve Carell's chest in 40-Year-Old Virgin. If that happens, default to the original setting, okay? Just let her go and then choose what you want to do. And then obviously, like, the most important one to me is you can like focus on your career. Don't tell me most women who have like become successful have done so after a breakup. When you're single, all your time is your own. So you have more time to focus on that kind of stuff, whereas when you're in a relationship, like a big chunk of your time is going towards this other person, which it should. But when you're single, all that time that would be going to this other person is just feeding back into your gold and your career aspiration. I'm not saying that you can't be successful in a relationship. Also, I'm not bashing relationships in this video. I feel like relationships are a beautiful thing. However, I feel like being single is a beautiful thing too. People have always been like, oh, being single is really lonely. Where is it lonely? I'm not lonely. I don't know. I feel like in your 20s, you should be single for a period of time. If you fall in love when you're 18 and that's like your penguin and it makes sense, then awesome. I'm not saying you should break up with your boyfriend. All I'm saying is you should consider breaking up with your boyfriend. Obviously there's benefits to being in a relationship, but that's not what we're here for today. That's someone else's video to make. I don't know the benefits of being in a relationship, to be quite honest with you. Where? I've never seen them. That video would be so short. I could do it in the next 2 seconds. Benefits of being in a relationship. Coitus. I haven't seen all this support. This, oh, someone to lean on. Where? Where are these people that let you lean on them? I've never met them. We have finished my lunch. I really enjoyed it. I'm a bit parched. I hope that you enjoyed the video though, and I hope that if you are single, you are loving being single, take the time to focus on you. There's nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing wrong with being in a relationship. Also, if you are single, please do me a favor. Take yourself on a date, to a restaurant, take yourself to the movies. Oh my God, going to the movies alone, it's the best thing ever. Please have a good week, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!